Good morning, everyone. Steve Georgie here from Allendale's Trading Floor, October 7th, bringing you your morning coffee. Beans right now down about a penny and a quarter. Corn is unchanged, with wheat up 3 1/4 cents this morning. Beans trading both sides of the fence here. We did have some stronger trade early on as we focused on weather, but then as we came in here this morning, beans are a little bit lower at this point. I really don't think we're going to see a lot in terms of directional trade here this week with just the lack of news that's out there. We've got light volume going on across the grain floor once again, so probably going to see that remain consistent while this government shutdown still exists. So just lack of news coming out to really push these markets either direction. But as I mentioned, beans trading both sides today. Wheat is a little higher, up 3 1/4 cents. Talk right now that Russia is going to have 3 to 3.5 million tons less of winter grains planted. So they are giving a little boost to the wheat market here today. Russia is a big focus for wheat, and anytime we start talking Russia, we do see the wheat market react here. So we're a little higher for that, but we'll see if that does continue here today. That may be a little supportive for corn as well. But once again, we're probably not going to see a lot of volume pushing these markets in either direction. We've got Goldman Roll starting here today. That's going to last through the week. So they're going to be getting out of these nearby contracts, rolling them to some deferred contracts. Deutsche Bank had started last week with their rolls, and that should be ending here today. Cash markets, we're hearing coming in steady to maybe a little bit higher just because of the slowdown as far as harvest, so that may be boosting up the cash basis just a little bit right now until we get back in the fields. Now, we did have about 60% coverage across the Corn Belt here as far as some kind of moisture. We've certainly had some pictures out there that guys were sending in from the snow across South Dakota. And actually, we have that on our Facebook page. So if you have that, take a look at those. Very interesting there, though. But they were talking or advertising about 70% coverage here last week. We did get about 60% coverage as far as moisture. The next 5 days should be open. We should have a point here where we can dry out a little bit, maybe get back in the fields, but the 6 to 10 day forecast is still wet. So that'll be something that we're going to have to continue to watch, but it's going to give us opportunities to get in there and get harvested, but it will be spotty in certain areas. Washington's still shut down right now, as I mentioned. There were some comments made from Boehner over the weekend that he's going to hold his ground. Now, that has got stock futures right now down about 115 points. You got the S&P down 14 points right now. Very uneasy yet as far as some of these outside markets today. And a lot of guys still concerned with when is this thing going to be over with? When are we going to get things rejuvenated again? So that doesn't give a lot of hope as far as getting things started, at least not this morning. So we do have the markets on the defensive as far as some of these outside markets. And that'll probably continue, unless we see something change there. So stay in touch with us with that. As far as livestock, hogs today, probably going to be steady, maybe a little bit lower. There are talks out there now that we could see these prices dip here in the second half of this month. But we haven't seen the cash market's still strong right now, so we may end up kind of holding its ground here as well. But I wouldn't be surprised, steady to maybe a little lower here this morning as far as hogs. Cattle, little different story. We've seen the cash markets hold its ground here this week, or last week, I should say. Maybe we can still steady to maybe a little higher yet for cattle, but I would say that would be the call this morning on cattle. Steady to a bit higher is what we're expecting as well. But please feel free to give us a call. If you guys have any questions throughout the day, we're here for you. But you can reach us here at 800-262-7538 or check us out right on the web, allendale-inc.com. You guys have a great day out there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.